Hey guys, Lee Henkin here. Thanks for checking out this video. It's going to be a pretty short and sweet video. It's going to be on 5 cold email mistakes you might be making. So if you're already kind of like experienced with cold email, this is probably not going to be of much use to you, this video. Just because if you're experienced, you should pretty much know all this stuff. But if you're kind of just learning about cold email now, or maybe you've just started some campaigns, but you still got a lot to learn and to get into it. This will pretty much help you, I think. Okay, it might just help you avoid some mistakes you're making now, or you may have made in the future if you weren't otherwise aware of them. So let's just dive into it. So the first one here, bad subject line, pretty straightforward, really. I mean, a good subject line's got to basically arouse their curiosity, so they want to open the email and read whatever your message is and whatever you got. A lot of subject lines I see when I get cold emails, they're really clickbaity, or they just kind of don't have context. And by that, I mean they don't tie into what the actual offer is or the overall message in the email, which I think is really important. So, in my opinion, a really good subject line that arouses curiosity, it should be like contextual, basically. So, as you can see from the examples right here on the screen, I'm not going to read them out, but you can kind of see they're contextual and they're actual subject lines I've used for clients. So, the first two I've used for PR agencies I've worked with. This one here I've used for a payment processing company who is a client, and they basically, we're targeting companies that use Stripe, PayPal. So if you put that in a subject line and you're using Stripe, and Stripe generally is fairly expensive for transaction fees, that's going to arouse your curiosity, isn't it? It's going to get your attention. So this is what I mean by being contextual. You want your subject line to tie into your offer or whatever your message is. So that's kind of what I see a lot of people don't do. So yeah, really important, okay, is just to make sure it's contextual and ties into the overall message. So that's the first one. The second one here, not sending a concise email. A lot of emails I get are just, it's almost like reading a landing page or a mini essay. They're just way too long. So you really want to make sure it's short and sweet. And the way I do it is by using a framework I call the 3Qs framework. I've got actually another video on this topic somewhere on YouTube, so I'd recommend you go check it out. Without diving into the details, it's basically there's like 3 questions every prospect asks themselves internally when a random stranger sends them a cold email. And those 3 are: who are you? What do you want? Why should I give a shit? Why should I care? Same thing. And you really want to answer those questions. And you need to do that in a concise, succinct way. So, you should be able to do that. You should be able to answer those 3 questions in, like 3-4 sentences max. I'd say if you're doing more than that, it's probably just way too long, whatever you're writing. And if you can do it even shorter than that, that's even better. So that's pretty much like a really big mistake as well for the second one there. Just want to make sure it's short and sweet, not like sending someone a mini landing page or essay. So the third one here is being too generic. So this one's like fairly common in a lot of cold emails I read, especially from people who like reach out to me and ask for feedback on their emails and stuff like that. Kind of the way to avoid it being too generic is to like make sure your messaging specific to a specific group of people or prospects. Now, the way you do that, the answer that a lot of you probably aren't going to like, is by simply knowing your target market or making educated guesses about your target market based on some kind of feedback or research you've done. That's like kind of guiding, your decision. So yeah, you really want to make sure you're clear on kind of frustrations they have, challenges, problems, kind of the things they really want more than anything else. Because then you can address those things in your message. And if you do that, then you build a list of prospects that's matches whatever those challenges, problems, and whatnot are. Like, it's not going to come across as generic, your message. it's actually going to come across as very relevant, even if it's done on a mass scale. That's really the key to doing cold email at volume and being good at it, is just kind of knowing those challenges, pain points, frustrations, desires they have. That's really how you make your messaging relevant and personalized to a specific group of people, and that's how you avoid it being too generic, basically. And that's really the key. Like, it needs to look like it was written just for them, even if it's not. That's how you do that, basically. So, because I can guarantee you, if you're sending generic messaging that looks like it's just mass blasted, yeah, it's just not going to get a response at all. The prospect needs to feel like it's just for them, okay, even if it's literally for like another 5,000 people. The way you do that is by really understanding your ideal client profile. So, and then distilling that into your messaging. Vague CTA is the fourth common mistake. So yeah, pretty simple, really. The best way to approach a CTA is that whatever your CTA is just needs to result in a yes or no answer. Making stuff simple. That's the best way to do it. So you can see some examples here. Would you mind if I send you more info about this? Either a yes or no. Interested in a quick chat in the next few days to explore this further? Yes or no. Open to exploring how this might also work for whatever the company is? Again, yes or no. That's the best way to do it. Make them specific. Have a specific kind of outcome, like send more info, quick chat, explore this. So have a specific outcome, and basically have it result in a yes or no answer. Okay. Last but not least, no deliverability infrastructure setup. So I've made this mistake before, like in the early days doing cold email. I remember I got like a domain email account, started blasting out like 100 or more emails a day, literally within like 2 days of creating the email account. And yeah, just got banned, blacklisted. So the way you avoid that is always setting up separate domains. So domains that are separate to your primary domain, okay? SPF and MX records added into your email addresses. Usually most providers do this automatically, but if they don't, just make sure you add them in. I mean, you can just literally Google how to do it. It's very easy. DMARC, DKIM authentication, really important. Basically just tells like email servers you're not a spammer or anything like that, that they can verify the email address. So yeah, make sure that stuff's set up. Really important for deliverability, those two things, DMARC and DKIM. And warming up the email account. So I personally use Instantly to do this now. They have like unlimited email accounts as part of their plans. It's absolutely gold. So yeah, I just add my email accounts into that, warm them up if they're brand new for like 14 days before sending, and I leave it on even when I run campaigns. So it's just constantly warming, keeping the email accounts in good health, which is what I recommend. So yeah, if it's a brand new account, do it for 14 days, then start sending your campaigns. But then also leave it on as well, in addition to your actual campaigns. So yeah, they're basically the top kind of 5 common cold email mistakes I see a lot of people making. There's honestly like so many more I could list off here. These are just like, for the sake of brevity, I've put like 5 that I find are very common, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, if you're just getting started in the cold email game, or you're a sales rep or whatever, or just a business owner that wants to try cold email, just make sure you avoid these 5 mistakes. And yeah, you're pretty much good to go. So hope you enjoyed the video. Anyway, that's it for this one. Give it a like, drop any thoughts below in the comments. If you're on YouTube, also subscribe to the channel to get more videos like this. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.